So guys, in the Marvel Universe, we've seen various types of mystical and magical powers, but today, we're going to talk about a magical fight so epic that it could shake the entire multiverse. I'm talking about a battle between Marvel's most powerful villain, Knull, and an alternate reality's most dangerous sorcerer, Supreme Strange. Who would win? This fight wouldn't just threaten the world. It could put the entire multiverse in jeopardy because whoever wins would gain control over the multiverse itself. So, let's dive into this exciting video. Let's first talk about Knull. According to Marvel Comics, before the universe came into existence, there was nothing but darkness, and Knull ruled this void. However, when a sudden explosion occurred, the Celestials appeared, creating stars and spreading light into the dark void. This enraged Knull because for him, darkness was everything. In retaliation, Knull created the All-Black Necrosword, a powerful weapon. He's also the creator of Venom and all other symbiotes. Through this sword, Knull learned to control the symbiotes. Now that we've covered a brief origin story of Knull, let's discuss his powers. As I mentioned, Knull's most important weapon is his Necrosword. He is the Lord of the Void and Darkness, and he can engulf his enemies in absolute darkness. He has the ability to control billions of symbiotes simultaneously, and Knull can amplify his strength through energy. His ultimate goal is simple: to bring the universe back into complete darkness, wiping out all forms of light and life. Now that we've covered Knull, let's talk about Supreme Strange. Don't make the mistake of thinking I'm talking about Doctor Strange from the main MCU timeline, Earth 616. No, I'm referring to Supreme Strange, as seen in the What If series. Who is more powerful than all other versions of Strange across the multiverse? Let's dive into Supreme Strange's story. Whether it's our universe's Doctor Strange or any other, their origin stories are essentially the same. However, what differentiates Supreme Strange is the point where he transitions from being a regular Doctor Strange to becoming Supreme Strange. Supreme Strange is an alternate universe version of Doctor Strange who, in an attempt to save his world from destruction and bring back his love, Christine, takes a dark and dangerous path. In this universe, Christine, whom Strange loves deeply, dies in an accident. This tragic loss drives Strange to do whatever it takes to bring Christine back to life. But this wasn't easy, because Christine's death was an absolute point in time, a fixed moment essential to the structure of the universe. Changing this point would disrupt the balance of the entire universe. And as you might already know, once a universe's balance is disturbed, incursion events begin. These events, once triggered, are nearly impossible to stop. If you're still wondering what incursion events are, you can check out my other video where I've explained them in detail. It'll clear things up for you. Now, Strange's desire to bring Christine back grows so intense that he loses the ability to distinguish between right and wrong. Driven by this obsession, he pushes past all limits of his universe. Initially, he uses every possible spell and magical technique, but when that fails, he turns to dark magic. Christine's search leads him down a path where he begins absorbing the most powerful magical beings and creatures of his dimension. With each entity he absorbs, his power increases exponentially, but his humanity diminishes. He transforms from a human into more of a monster, an entity willing to do anything for power. Supreme Strange's power becomes far greater than our universe's Doctor Strange. He gains the ability to manipulate time, alter reality, and even break the fundamental rules of the multiverse. He absorbs the powers of dragons, demons, and countless other supernatural creatures, making him the most powerful being in his dimension. However, as I mentioned earlier, attempting to bring Christine back triggers incursion events, and that's exactly what happens. His universe begins to collapse piece by piece. Eventually, Supreme Strange realizes that his actions didn't bring Christine back. Instead, he destroyed his world and erased the very existence of its people. His universe becomes a lifeless void, leaving Supreme Strange alone in the emptiness. This story serves as a tragic example. No matter how much one sacrifices or fights, if it isn't in divine will, no amount of effort can bring lost love back. Strange loses everything in his quest, including himself. Supreme Strange's character serves as a powerful warning. It shows that making the wrong decisions for personal desires and power always leads to destruction. His story teaches us that humans should understand their boundaries and consciousness, or the consequences can be devastating. Now that we've discussed their origins and powers, let's move on to the ultimate question. Who would win if Knull and Supreme Strange fought? A fight between Knull and Supreme Strange would not just affect one universe, but could impact the entire multiverse. Knull has an army of symbiotes that can spread everywhere, making it difficult for Supreme Strange to handle them all at once. Knull's All-Black Necrosword is a weapon capable of killing even gods. If it strikes Supreme Strange, his chances of survival would be slim. Knull's darkness could potentially nullify Supreme Strange's light-based magic. However, Supreme Strange is no less formidable. With his vast knowledge of the multiverse and mastery over various forms of magic, he could disrupt Knull's symbiote network. Strange's time manipulation powers could reverse Knull's attacks. If he travels to the past and disrupts Knull's origin, it might weaken him. Supreme Strange's strategic thinking gives him an edge over Knull's brute force approach. If both characters fight at their full power, the battle could last for days and might even destroy the multiverse. Knull would unleash the full might of his sword, but if Supreme Strange manipulates time and space to target Knull's origin form, he could use his strategic mind and magic to eliminate the symbiotes. So, if Supreme Strange plays to his strengths, using time manipulation, space bending, and multiversal magic, he could potentially defeat Knull. However, the battle would come at a tremendous cost, possibly leaving the multiverse scarred forever. When it comes to deciding the winner, based on powers and strategy, this fight would most likely end in a draw. Both characters are so immensely powerful that it would be nearly impossible for one to win while the other loses. Their battle could last for years and might even result in the destruction of not just one universe, but the entire multiverse. Both Knull and Supreme Strange are essentially unstoppable forces, making it difficult to determine a clear winner in this fight. So, in conclusion, no one would win this battle. What do you think? Should Knull emerge victorious, or should Supreme Strange claim the win? Let me know in the comments below. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.